Good morning. This is for PS320, and it is titled Social Media as a Tool for Social Change. Correct that a little. Okay. Social media, presently available in our time, is a major part of everyone's life, whether they want to admit it or not. Even in remote areas, such as the one I'm in now, remote global communications, internet, mobile phones, are available. Perhaps not at the speed that is available in most developed areas, but all the same they are available and used often. I just saw 3 Iraqis using cell phones, so they are here and they are available. In the midst of the low availability of encrypted and more sophisticated forms of communication, the people of the latter mentioned countries, or the later mentioned countries rather, still have found ways to communicate. Communication, ladies and gentlemen, is the best way to organize and spread the word of insurrection. Logistically, the amount of communication available acts as a great catalyst for all types of social change that is needed for someone or some group of people to open the door of change, such as in the case of Tunisia and Egypt during the Arab Spring. The removal of the leaders in Tunisia and Egypt could have happened eventually, but the added force that is the community grouping and assembly that is powered by the wide range of communication tools and web pages such as Facebook.com, Twitter, LinkedIn, and others. The speed at which these events took place was accelerated well beyond the global community's expectations. Although Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg has attempted to play down that his specific site, Facebook.com, played down the role that his site had during the uprisings in Egypt and Tunisia. Being persistent to his point, it would have been extremely arrogant to believe that any technology company has had any role in the matter, any meaningful role anyways. But it's popular opinion given by various news resources around the world, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, several of the very large news arenas in our corner of the world, and others such as Al Jazeera, Dubai.ae, they reported on it as well. Not .ae, but Dubai News, or I can't remember what the other one's called. Anyways, I digest. Side in particular to unite tribes of people and route governments is particularly unlimited, meaning it's a very, very potent tool. It's not exactly a weapon, it's not a direct weapon, but it can be used as one. You may ask yourself, why is communication important? The answer is this. The most important part of any and all military campaigns is communication between leaders of a standing army or groups of people, which is the case in Egypt and Tunisia, with their corresponding foot soldiers, or rioters, which is also the case in Egypt and Tunisia. The question that is being answered in this study, or in this question, presented by Peter Beaumont, a writer during the aftermath of the Arab Spring, which asks, can social networking overthrow a government? The answer to that question is an emphatic yes, given that the communication within those groups is not shut down or a media blackout occurs. Even then, some groups are able to use other methods to communicate. 2 other like-minded members, as is the case when TC Vodafone, which is the main cell phone service provider of the Middle East, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, so on and so forth in Southwest Asia, was required by law to blackout services within the state of Egypt a week or 2 before the Arab Spring. This blackout of services was by the order of President Mubarak. It was too late to stop the uprising, but still, the fact that he took the steps to try to disable communications points to how valuable they actually are. Before the press point that Facebook had a key role, the Egyptian president even moved to limit access that the press groups had to the internet, including Facebook and Twitter. That's pulled straight from CNN. It is understood that the Egyptian uprising didn't just develop overnight. It's been building for right around 30 years. The people of Egypt and Tunisia desire to live in dignity, as is directly quoted from them, or from one of the individuals on the street, one of the young people. But it is Egypt where the biggest downfall can be felt, at least until the fall of the Libyan leader, which has recently proclaimed that he will fight the United Nations until his death, which, if he continues, will include him and his entire family. The revolutions in both Tunisia and Egypt have the support of Hezbollah, as reported by Marguerite Bashir from the Voice of American News. This is a news area that's been supported for over 40 years, so it's legit. So, with the added support of Hezbollah organization, it could be one of the other contributing factors on the effectiveness of both revolutions. So you get contact with a big gun, the big gun comes over to help you out, problem solved, or at least in your arena it's solved. It could lead to other ones, but at least yours is solved. To get any revolution started, there needs to be a strong public opinion that policies and procedures of the governing power need to change. To recruit, organize, and act, Facebook and Twitter play their roles effectively. The internet has given everybody on the planet a voice, and how they use that voice is not the fault of the server or internet service provider. And to say that the site's owner had any direct responsibility for this is ridiculous. It's absolutely ludicrous. He had no idea this was going to happen. If those like-minded voices decide to protest using Facebook as their organizing tool, there should be no implication or liability for those actions placed upon Facebook users or its founder. So in conclusion, the fault of such an uprising is placed squarely upon the shoulders of the governments they are to oppose. If the Egyptian and Tunisian governments had seceded to a rebel outcry and asked them what was wrong and pulled them in and asked how they could fix it, basic human rights violations, then their rebellion would have never happened. Thank you. Have a good day.